Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rav Eliezer Melamed, Shlita. I hope everyone had a meaningful and manageable Yom Kippur, and we wish all Gemar Chasima Tova, Chatzima Tova, a good Kvittel, whatever part of Europe your family was from, and whatever it is that you say, but we want all the best wishes for all of our listeners, all four of you. And we continue davening for Chalei Tzva Haganah Yisrael, for Shalom L'chol Petzuei Yisrael, and a safe return of our hostages. Our learning is dedicated to Nishmat Saren Daniel Shimon ben Harav Dron V'Shel Yishem Mekum Damo. We'll try and squeeze in a couple of sessions here before Sukkot, and then we'll pick it up after Yontif. But as we go from one Yontif to the other, we go from Mechilas Licha Kapara to the Simcha of Chag HaSukkos. Looking forward to a meaningful Sukkot as well. The next chapter we have is Barchu. So it happens that sometimes people come late. They come already after the first Barchu, which is in Brachos Kriyashma after Yishtabach. And if they miss that, so Chazal instituted that the Chazan should say Barchu afterwards. Ya'anu Baruch Hashem Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. So the Chazan will say Baruch Hu, and everybody will answer Baruch Hashem Baruch, as we always do with Baruch Hu. V'chein no'agin begam b'sof tfilas arvis, and the custom is again at the end of Marav. L'fi zeh, b'shabosas v'chagim ein tzorch she'achazan yomer b'sof ha'tfilah Baruch Hu, b'mnei shemistaber shegam ha'ma'achrim hispik l'shmoa Baruch Hu me'ha'olim l'Torah. So it makes sense that on Shabbos and Yontif, even if someone came late and missed the first Baruch Hu, ostensibly they were there for the Baruch Hu that was recited several times during laning. When somebody has an aliyah, they say Baruch Hu, so therefore we would not be required to have a repetition of Baruch Hu at the end of davening. Al pitam zeh nogam mispalei nusach Ashkenaz shegami mehechol sheish behem kriya b'Torah shalom Baruch Hu achat tefillah. So therefore, according to Ashkenaz custom, the Baruch Hu is only recited at the end of davening on non-laning days. But if it's a laning day when there's Baruch Hu recited 3 times for aliyahs, you don't have to say it at the end. But non-laning days, they say Baruch Hu at the end of davening regardless. We don't have to see if somebody came late or not. It's just a standard practice. And this also, it obviates the necessity to have to check, did somebody miss Baruch Hu? Did somebody come late? We don't want to embarrass somebody, etc. And we don't have to go through that process. So it's just a standard practice. Lefiha Arizal, Omrim Tamid Besof Hatfila Baruch Hu. According to Minig Ari, they always say Baruch Hu after davening. Ki al pi hakavanos yesh tzorch lomer pa'mayim Baruch Hu b'chol tefila, because according to the kavanos, which is a kabbalistic intonation, there is a requirement to say Baruch Hu 2 times in every davening. Echad lefnei brachas kriyashma v'hasheni besof hatfila, once after Yishtabach and one at the end of davening. V'chein b'tfilas arvis, and the same applies to Marav. V'chein minag nusach sfard v'chasidim, so you'll find those people who daven Nisachari, but certainly nusach sfard and by chasidim. L'chol ha'nusuchim mukomo shel Baruch Hu achar kadosh rabbanan shu kadosh acharon. According to all the nuschos, where do you say that last Baruch Hu? It's after the kadosh rabbanan, which is the last one. V'gam acharon ham'achrim yaspik l'shamo. This way, even the person who is the latest possible will be able to hear it. And the person who says the Kaddish is the one who says the Baruch Hu. Sometimes the Kaddish is recited by an orphan who is still not bar mitzvah but saying Kaddish. So in that instance, it should be someone who's over bar mitzvah to say Baruch Hu, which is a davar shebegedusha, to be yotzei everyone else. Just a note here that this is obviously, or perhaps not obviously, but this is written by Rav Melamed, who's in Eretz Yisrael, and this is the minhag, this is the custom in Eretz Yisrael. In generally speaking, in Nusach Ashkenaz in America, we do not follow this practice. Interesting question why we don't. It makes sense. Maybe we should. But the bottom line is that we do not follow this practice. Once in a while, somebody who comes late will chapa Baruch Hu, as they say, and he'll say Baruch Hu. And by the way, just a piece of advice, that someone does do that, say Baruch Hashem Mavarach, everybody answers. The person who started has to say also Baruch Hashem Mavarach Le'olam Va'ed. You have to finish that exchange. It's a 3-way exchange. The person says it, the crowd responds, and then the original person gives the final word of Baruch Hashem HaMavarach. But our custom, again, we don't say that on laning days, non-laning days. We do not have the Baruch Hu. We certainly don't have that the person saying Kaddish says Barchu. I just remember when I was saying Kaddish in Israel for my father, Zichrono Livracha, and just when I thought that I had the Minhagim of Eretz Yisrael down when I was there, and then I finally got it, and I said the Kaddish at the right place, and then everybody's staring at me. I'm like, what did I do? What are you looking at? And they said, well, you have to say Barchu. I'm like, oh, just when I thought I had it, but apparently I did not, and I had not learned this halacha yet. But again, this is Minhag Eretz Yisrael. Here in Chutz La'aretz, we follow a different practice, but to each his own, and we should all just have the right kavanas at all times. But thank you all for listening. Please continue davening for Chali Yitzvah and Israel, for Shalom and Chol Petuah Israel, safe return of our hostages. Dedicating our learning to Nishmat Sar Daniel Shem Ben Arav Doron Michelle Shem Kedamo. Again, we thank you so much for listening to us. We'll see you again next time. Have a great day.